In today's Consumer Alert, the impact of the tariffs will be widespread, and it's not clear yet how long we will be feeling the impact. The market took a nosedive Thursday, losing more than $3 trillion in market value and one-day losses not seen since the pandemic. The Dow ended the day down almost 4%. This follows President Donald Trump's tariffs announcement on Wednesday. And right now we are joined by Brian Kronberger from RBC Wealth Management Group. And Brian, uncertain times for sure. I'm feeling anxious. I know I'm not alone. Do I have good reason to feel that way?
Well, I think if you go back 100 years to the 29 crash in 1930s, it started with tariffs and a sense of nationalism, protectionism, and countries started putting tariffs on one another, and global GDP tanked. So I think there is the beginnings of those types of fears.
Wow.
I don't think, hopefully it won't manifest itself like that in the 1930s,
okay.
but I think this sell-off is the beginning of, hey, protectionism around the world
right.
is not good for the global economy.
Right, right. And a lot of talk about a global recession, and that, would you feel, is a strong possibility?
I think the market's saying
Yeah.
we will be in a recession. The global economy will be in a recession. I think the odds are greater than 50-50 the U.S. will touch into those recessionary territories. Unless something magically happens
right.
over this weekend, I think the market is suggesting we'll be in a recession soon enough.
Okay, having said that, what should people be doing right now?
Well, I think the market has been driven by a few stocks, narrowly driven by the Magnificent Seven. I think the key here for most investors is to make sure that you have some of those defensive food groups in your portfolio: consumer staples, utilities, healthcare stocks, and bonds. Bonds didn't do well in 2022, but they're certainly performing well now. And so when you look at your retirement accounts, make sure that you're broadly diversified in those categories. And I think you'll be fine soon enough.
Okay. And looking at people's household budgets, what should they be doing with that? I mean, should you be saving more? What should you be doing?
I think you still live life, but at the same time, I think you want to be conscious that we're not revolving at credit card debt at 21%, 22%, that
yeah.
We're looking for ways to refinance, because I think for all Americans this will be a tougher time coming up, and so you want to be conscious of where you're spending money and that you're not getting too much in debt. Rates are starting to come down, but I don't think that's going to end up to the consumer anytime in the near future. So I think we will be very cautious. I think wage growth will start to slow a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
Sorry for
it is
bringing
a lot,
that message.
Brian.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
I know, but you're being very honest, and I appreciate that. But the idea with the tariffs, of course, is to bring manufacturing back to America. But how long do you think that could take? I mean, it can't happen overnight.
Well, manufacturing's starting to come back for sure, but it would, to your point, even if companies announce that they're bringing manufacturing back, it'd probably take a year or 2 years. So that could be a great tailwind 2 years from now. But in the meantime, the cost of goods and services are going higher for sure.
Yeah. Also, do you think this is a bargaining chip for the president?
Could be a bargaining chip.
Are these deals that are happening and the art of the deal?
I'm hoping that that's the case. Bend interest rates lower, that helps the housing industry. We've already seen the 10-year Treasury below 4%. But at the same time, I'm hoping that we get a deal with Vietnam, we get a deal with Japan, and every other week we get a deal, and we can get rid of these tariffs once and for all countries. That's the master game plan that the market's hoping for. But President Trump, I think, ultimately wants to do away with income tax, and he wants tariffs to fund the U.S. government. And I don't know if we could ever get there, but
right.
If that's the grand plan, it's not ending anytime soon.
Okay. Brian, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming in and the words of wisdom.